Why you should use C major. This story is told in 3 parts depicted here. Part 1, a brief description. Part 2, a little math. Part 3, the writing process. By the end of this video, you should have a divine understanding of why you should use C major. Let's begin. Part 1, a brief description of C major. The C major scale sounds like this. C major is arguably the simplest key to write in and play music in. Why? Well, there are no sharps or flats in C major. That's these black keys on a piano, making it a smooth, thoughtless process to move up and down the scale. It sometimes doesn't get as much respect as the other keys because of its simplicity, and songwriters or composers may look down on you if you write a song in C, well, because anyone can write a song in C, since it doesn't take that much effort, theoretically. So, does that mean in order to gain the respect of your fellow musicians, you should never write in C? Part 2, a little math. In music, there are 12 different definite notes. Simple math tells us that with these 12 notes, there are 479,001,600 different combinations of notes possible, given 12 factorial. Side note, no pun intended. This 479,001,600 figure excludes pitches heard between notes. For example, while bending a guitar string to reach a different note, you pass through other notes that we just don't categorize like we do with A, B, C sharp, etc. This is a B, and this is a C sharp. Notice, as I bent from B to C sharp, I passed through more than just one note to get there. Part 3, the writing process. So, every day I wake up, get dressed into something a little bit fancier. Perfect. Brew some coffee. Pour a cup of coffee. And head to my studio to come up with one of these 479,001,600 different ways to string together 12 notes. Sometimes it goes really well and I sit back and marvel in the sound. It's not that I'm trying to toot my own horn or anything, but these speakers just make everything sound really good, But not even the best of sound systems can help me come up with a good original melody when I'm really feeling that young writer's block. The battle goes like this. The melody is too simple, too complex, too boring. Doesn't make sense. This isn't even a melody. Now the harmony. There aren't enough chords. This progression sucks. A toddler could have written this. You wrote another song in C, not another song in C. See, these judgments are all things I have said to myself multiple times during the writing process, and I would bet that every musician faces similar struggles while trying to formulate the perfect piece. But I recently read something that began to calm those thoughts. Like medicine, the words soothed my oozing, irritable, painfully chronic thoughts of self-depreciation and doom. And it's something every musician should know. While I began to read more on the art of MIDI orchestration, aka the art of turning this into this. I was hit with a wave of wisdom, and I was only on page 9. 20th century Russian composer Igor Stravinsky said 11 words that changed the way I thought about music. He said, "There are still many great pieces to be written in C major." Those words just validated every song I've ever heard with the same chord progression. And heck, it even made me feel better about what I consider a simple song. That a song doesn't need to have a million chord, tempo, or key changes to be considered good. It just needs to make you feel something. Something big enough to stop and want to listen. A PSA to all musicians. There are 479 million, 1,600 different ways to string together these 12 notes. So don't panic, never underestimate your talents, and use the math in your favor.